sure
you can call on Yahuwah.
Absolutely,
just call.
You sure can. Talk in your dream. Hey, family. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. I'm trying to straighten up some stuff. But anywho, welcome everybody. I know. You know, and then it... So what, right? All right, so welcome. Let me turn my phone on silent really quick. Welcome everybody to... Come on, sing it with us, all right? 1, 2, 3. Story time, story time, story time. That was so, I don't know.
That was just weird.
That was, yeah.
Because the introduction. Was,
right.
You act like we had a hit song. And
yeah.
Everybody know. Yeah. Well, everybody do know the words. Y'all know the words.
Y'all already know it. Y'all know it. But if you don't know who I am, maybe 3 people is hitting us up. Maybe the one person that don't know who I am and just your first time being on. I'm Bonnie G, in the place to be. Hey. And like I always say, wherever the Ruach is, I kid you not, call my name so I can let you know I am present. Okay? I am here. And if you don't know who she is none other than Auntie Shelly on the beat. But that's right, y'all know we don't do that for ourselves. No, sir, no, ma'am. But we do it for the community. Hashtag community minded. And as always, before we dive into where Auntie Shani clipped us off last night, we're going to hit you with the scripture. Right, I don't even know where she clipped us. But I'm going to read this scripture that came to mind. And so I don't know. I know it's just coming. All I know is what I'm about to read. All right. So this is coming from 1 Peter, which is usually I don't really read from. Listen, it don't matter. All right. Peter, an apostle of Yahushua HaMashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatians, or what is that? Not Galatian. What is that?
Yeah, Galatia. Galatians are the people.
Okay.
Galatia.
Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. As you know, I don't know why he has me reading this, but I'm reading it. Elect according to the foreknowledge of Elohim the Father, through sanctification of the Ruach, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. Grace unto you, and peace be multiplied. Blessed be the Elohim and Father of Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach, which according to his abundant mercy has begotten us anew unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Yahushua HaMashiach from the dead, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fades not away, reserved in heaven for you. Now, I saw only to the 5th verse, so that's what I read. Who are kept by the power of Elohim through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. May Yah add a blessing to the hearers and reader of his word. I read 1 Peter 1 all the way to the 5th verse. Not sure. But nevertheless, he's intentional. So for those that we rocking with 12 good. So half of y'all that don't know what the Storytime platform is, you're going to hear a lot of things that you ain't used to. As far as names, like Peter was Kappa. But that's only because we're reading out of this Sefer Bible right here. This baby right here. Now, if you want to read along with us, you can. Who are we to tell you not to, okay? In fact, we want you to. You can go to sefer.net, not .com, because you ain't going to find it. But you can go to sefer.net. Before you put checkout, make sure you check in with that discount, all right? Don't be paying full price. It ain't against Torah, don't do it, okay? There's a 10% discount for you, okay? Because 10% is what?
10%.
All day long, okay? Even when the clock strikes 12, it's still 10%. So make sure you type in Storytime, and this is how you spell it, okay? Because it ain't basic. It's a little sauced up, all right? So the O in the word story is actually a 0, because at the time we thought we was doing something by we, I do, me. But the E serves a real purpose, okay? The E in the word time is actually a 3, because it serves as a reminder to going back to the covenant. Because why? I knew you was going to ask. It's because the assignment is understood. It's because we understand that we were born to keep Torah. You feel us? Yes, you do. Nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and pass this invisible mic to Auntie Shelly on the beat. But bump to get us off this Nashani, Auntie Nashan, cliff that she put us on so eloquently last night.
Yeah, what I was doing was looking up
Kappa?
Yeah, it means rock or a stone.
Hmm.
So I think some of y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I think Mashiach gave him that. Maybe that was his name already because he had told him that. Remember Peter's confession? He said, "On this rock, I build much."
On the revelation that y'all got?
Yeah, but it was a revelation,
yeah.
but it was the rock is still the foundation. Like,
yes.
it's solid.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Kepha means solid. Okay. So when you was reading that, his name. But I don't know if Peter means that or if Kepha is his real name.
Yeah, Kepha is his real name.
Okay. All right.
We're giving his name back.
Okay.
That's right. Hashtag born to keep Torah all day. Get you one if you want to. All right. Don't find this assignment understood because we don't sell that one.
This actually goes with the scripture you read, born to keep Torah, because it was talking about the foreknowledge. He was going to bring them all the way through.
Yeah. All right.
And
come
keep
on.
them till the day.
Come on and tie that in.
Okay, we are in the middle of building.
Yes.
So Solomon has built the temple.
Mm-hmm. His house.
His house. He built his Egyptian wife a house. Let me escape. Right. But he's building up certain buildings in Jerusalem. And we can see that this temple is gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
His palace is, I think we're still on his palace right now. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I think we're on his palace right now.
I don't see a chapter in your book, so I don't even know where we are.
Oh, we are in 7.
Oh, okay.
Chapter 7, around verse 38.
Oh, okay. I was there on accident. Come on, be intentional.
So yeah.
Okay.
And we're seeing how some of this kind of matches, like with the molten sea on the east.
Oh yes.
How it was matching not really matching Eden because there was no buildings in the Garden of Eden, but just directions and stuff. Directions, where things are. The Keruvium and all that kind of stuff.
Because they was there. They was there.
So let's keep building.
All right. Well, okay. So I'm going to start from verse 38. All right. Again, somebody can type in chapter 7 and then verse 38. So whoever comes in, they at least know where we started. All right. That took a lot to get out. Then made he 10 levers of brass. One lever contained 40 baths, and every laver was 40 cubits, and upon every one of the 10 bases, one lever. And he put 5 bases on the right side of the house and 5 on the left side of the house. And he set the sea on the right side of the house, eastward over against the south. And Hiram made the levers and shovels and the basins. So Hiram made an end of doing all the work that he made King Shalomah for the house of Yahuwah.
So how we get back to the temple? Okay, this is the temple. We still on the temple. Because remember, then it was talking. I think then it went back. Because now they were talking. First they talked about the building. Remember, first was the foundation.
Yes.
The building. Now they're talking about the intricate things in the building. Like they said, it took a total of 7 years.
I think so. Yeah, 7 years
to build the temple, but now they're still going back and trying to give you a little bit more details.
Sounds good to me, but are you sure we?
Because I know the lavers are in. Because when I read that, I was like, "Wait, are we back at the temple? That's something in the temple and the shovels and all that.
Okay,
that's some of the instruments used in the temple.
Okay, listen. Tell us. We here to learn. All right, 40. And Hiram made the levers and the shovels and the basins. So Hiram made an end of doing all the work that he made King Shalomah for the house of Yahuwah. The 2 pillars and the 2 bowls of the chapiters that were on the top of the 2 pillars, and the 2 networks to cover the 2 bowls of the chapiters which were upon the top of the pillars, and 400 pomegranates for the 2 networks, even 2 rows of pomegranates for 1 network. to cover the two bows of the chapiters that were upon the pillars, and the 10 bases and the 10 levers on the bases, and one sea, and 12 oxen under the sea, and the pots and the shovels and the basins and all these vessels which Hiram made to King Solomon for the house of Yahuwah were of bright brass. In the circle of the Yarden did the king cast them in the clay ground between Sukkot and St0ryTim3. And that just simply says 7 branch candlesticks. Is that? No, that's not it. I'm sorry. Sukkot and St0ryTim3.
Those are two places.
Auntie Kim said, I thought his name was Simon, and Yahusha named him Peter.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah, yeah, maybe it was
changed his name, or
yeah, maybe it was
he start calling him Simon Peter.
So maybe Kappa means Peter.
Yeah, Kappa definitely means rock.
Okay, I'm not sure. I could be wrong. That's how I read and understood it. Or you could be right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how it went.
Yeah,
but I know it's in Peter's name, Rock. I think it's because Peter is not a Hebrew name.
Okay. Yeah.
So Kepha is. So, English just jacked the names.
It's definitely a bastard language with no father attached to it. So here we are. Okay, verse 47. And Solomon left all the vessels unweighed, because they were exceedingly many. Neither was the weight of the brass found out. And Solomon made all the vessels that pertained unto the house of Yahuwah, the altar of gold, and the table of gold, whereupon the showbread was, and the menorahs of pure gold, 5 on the right side and 5 on the left, and on the left before the oracle, with the flowers and the lamps and the tongues of gold, and the bowls and the snuffers and the basins and the spoons and the censers of pure gold, and the hinges of gold, both for the doors of the inner house, the most holy place, and for the doors of the house, to wit, of the temple. So was ended all the work that King Solomon made for the house of Yahuwah. And Solomon brought in the things which David his father had dedicated, even the silver and the gold and the vessels did he put among the treasures of the house of Yahuwah.
So yeah, they are talking about now all the stuff inside the house. And remember, just any old body can't go inside this temple. So all the stuff has to be made outside
and brought in.
And then brought in. But notice how, okay, I don't want to say Solomon is doing too much, because he's doing it for Yahuwah. But the tabernacle didn't need 10 candlesticks. And he did a whole, every 5 on this side, 5 on that side. Like,
let me. I mean,
I guess it's fine because Yahuwah ain't stopping him.
He's like,
but yeah, we put too much on it sometimes.
Yeah, we do. We definitely.
And Yahuwah be like, you keep it simple. I got it. I got what you mean. But okay, if this is what you want to do. But just notice he's saying they're not even, this stuff is weighing too much.
Yeah.
Which means it is priceless. You don't really know the price.
Absolutely.
Because you never weigh the stuff. It's priceless.
Chapter 8. Then Solomon assembled the elders of Yasharel and all the heads of the tribes, the chief of the fathers of the children of Yasharel, unto King Solomon in Jerusalem, that they might bring up the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah out of the city of David, which was Zion. And all the people of Yasharel assembled themselves unto King Solomon at the feast in the month of Atheneel, which is the 7th month. And all the elders of Yasharel came, and the priests took up the ark, and they brought up the ark of Yahuwah, and the tabernacle, capital T, of the assembly, and all the holy vessels that were in the tabernacle, even those did the priests and the Levites bring up. And King Solomon and all the assembly of Yasharel that assembled unto him were with him before the ark, capital A, sacrificing sheep and oxen that could not be told nor numbered for multitude. And the priest brought the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah unto his place, into the oracle of the house, to the most holy place, even under the wings of the cherubim. For the cherubim spread forth their two wings over the place of the ark. And the cherubim covered the ark and the staffs thereof above. And they drew out the staffs, that the end of the staffs were seen out in the holy place before the oracle, and they were not seen without. And there they are unto this day. There was nothing in the ark save the two sapphire stones which Moshe put there at Horeb, when Yahuwah cut a covenant with the children of Yasharel, when they came out of the land of Mizraim. And it came to pass, when the priests were come out of the holy place, that the cloud filled the house of Yahuwah, so that the priests could not stand to minister because of the cloud. For the glory of Yahuwah had filled the house of Yahuwah.
So don't miss this. Solomon made a lot of menorahs, and you ain't replicating that ark.
You sure not.
Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Don't think about carrying it still. Don't think about touching it. Don't think about saying nothing. Them priest was like, we gonna bring the ark.
Yep.
We also bring in our stuff we had inside the tabernacle. Because we know our stuff is holy and dedicated. I get you, Solomon, but you notice he did not touch that ark. Mm-hmm. Did not attain no two of them. That's why
wisdom.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder, like, is he making sure, and he's telling us what's in the ark? The sapphire stones.
Yep.
That's something you can't replicate.
No.
Because it's written in Yahuwah's own hand. You got the rod that budded. Mm-hmm. All these are inside this ark.
It's got to be big.
And it got to be heavy, because this ark is gold and that thing is sapphire. And it got all this stuff written on it. I don't know how little the writing was, but it was big enough for them to see it. But the thing is I think it's really, really like this because they can't pass a forgery on us. Like if they say, well, here's your ark.
They can't do that.
You know how they got everything hidden, and they go, we're sorry, here's your ark. You know, or something.
Yes.
They be like, nah, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
Absolutely.
That ain't it.
You can try to.
And if we didn't know it was on sapphire, they would give us some stones.
They sure would.
Say, ooh, here's the original 10 Commandments.
And write it in Hebrew or Yiddish or
and
whatever. And
then talking about, this is the original, and nobody would know. Be like, supposed to be sapphires.
Yeah, like, no, that ain't it,
Can't put the fast one on us. Not with the ark.
We know that. We ain't slow.
You can build another candlestick.
Absolutely.
You can build a table of showbread. You can build an altar. No, you can't build another ark.
You can't build that. Let's see. Verse 12. Then spoke Shalomah. Yahuwah said that he would dwell in the thick darkness. I have surely built you a house to dwell in, a settled place for you to abide in forever. And the king turned his face about and blessed all the assembly of Yasharel. In parentheses, it says, and all the assembly of Yasharel stood. And I end the parenthesis. And he said, blessed be Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharel, which spoke with his mouth unto David my father, and has with his hand fulfilled it, saying, since the day that I brought forth my people Yasharel out of Mizraim, I chose no city out of all the tribes of Yasharel to build a house, that my name might be therein. But I chose David to be over my people Yasharel. And it was in the heart of David, my father, to build a house for the name of Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharel. And Yahuwah said unto David, my father, whereas it was in your heart to build a house unto my name, you did well that it was in your heart. Nevertheless, you shall not build the house, but your son that shall come forth out of your loins, he shall build the house unto my name. And Yahuwah has performed his word that he spoke, and I am risen up in the room of David my father, and sit on the throne of Yasharel, as Yahuwah promised. and have built a house for the name of Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharel. And I have set there a place for the ark, capital A, wherein is the covenant of Yahuwah, which he cut with our fathers when he brought them out of the land of Mitzrayim. And Shalomah stood before the altar of Yahuwah in the presence of all the assembly of Yasharel, and spread forth his hands towards heaven, and he said, Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharel, there is no Elohim like you, in heavens above or on earth beneath, who guards the covenant and has mercy with your servants that walk before you with all their heart, who has kept with your servant David, my father, that you promised him. You spoke also with your mouth and have fulfilled it with your hand, as it is this day. Therefore now, Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharel, keep with your servant David, my father, that you promised him, saying, there shall not fail you a man in my sight to sit on the throne of Yasharel, so that your children take heed to their way, that they walk before me as you have walked before me. And now, O Elohai of Yasharel, let your word, I pray you, be verified, which you spoke unto your servant David, my father. But will Elohim indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heavens and the heavens of heavens cannot contain you. How much less this house that I have built? Yet have you respect unto the prayer of your servant and to his supplication. O Yahuwah Elohai, to hearken unto the cry and to the prayer which your servant prays before you today, that your eyes may be open towards this house night and day, even towards the place of which you have said, my name shall be there, that you may hearken unto the prayer which your servant shall make towards this place. And hearken to the supplication of your servant and of your people, Yasharel, when they shall pray towards this place. And hear you in the heavens, your dwelling place. And when you hear, forgive.
Okay, I just want to just throw like a little sidebar in. This is why when Daniel was in Babylon, when he was facing towards the east, this is why. He said, if your people go somewhere else, as long as they're facing towards this temple,
gotcha,
please hear their prayer.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Verse 31. If any man trespass against his neighbor, and an oath be laid upon him to cause him to swear, and the oath come before your altar in this house, then hear you in heaven, and do and judge your servants, condemning the wicked to bring his way upon his head, and justify the righteous, to give him according to his righteousness. When your people Yasharel be smitten down before the enemy, because they have sinned against you, and shall turn again to you, and confess your name, and pray, and make supplications unto you in this house, then hear you in heaven, and forgive the sin of your people Yasharel, and bring them again unto the land which you gave unto their fathers. Then heaven is shut up, and there is no rain, because they have sinned against you. If they pray towards this place, and confess your name, and turn from their sin when you afflict them, then hear you in heaven, and forgive the sin of your servants and of your people Yasharel, that you teach them the good way wherein they should walk, and give rain upon your land, which you have given to your people for an inheritance. If there be in the land famine, if there be pestilence, blasting, mildew, locust, or if there be caterpillar, if their enemy besiege them in the land of their cities, whatsoever plague, whatsoever sickness there be, what prayer and supplication soever be made by any man or by all your people Yasharel, which shall know every man the plague of his own heart, and spread forth his hands towards this house, then hear you in heaven your dwelling place, and forgive, and do, and give to every man according to his ways, whose heart you know, In parentheses, it says, for you, even you only know the hearts of all the children of men. And I end the parenthesis. That they may fear you in all the days that they live in the land which you gave unto our fathers. Moreover, concerning a stranger that is not of your people, Yasharel, but comes out of a far country for your name's sake. In parentheses, it says, for they shall hear of your great name and of your strong hand and of your stretched out arm. And I close the parenthesis. When he shall come and pray towards this house, hear you in heaven your dwelling place, and do according to all that the stranger calls to you for, that all the people of the earth may know your name, to fear you, as do your people Yasharel, and that they may know that this house which I have built is called by your name. If your people go out to battle against their enemy, whithersoever you shall send them, and shall pray unto El Yahuwah towards the city which you have chosen, and towards the house that I have built for your name, then hear you in heaven their prayer and supplication, and maintain their cause. If they sin against you, parentheses, it says, for there is no man that sins not. So whoever is saying that I don't sin, that I stopped doing that 10 years ago, they heckin' lying, okay? Because it says, for there is no man that sins not, and I end the parenthesis, and you be angry with them and deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry them away captives unto the land of the enemy, far or near. Yet if they shall bethink themselves in the land whither they were carried captive, and repent and make supplications unto you in the land of them that carry them captive, saying, we have sinned and have done perversely, and we have committed wickedness, and so return unto you with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and pray unto you towards their land, which you gave unto their fathers, the city which you have chosen, and the house which I have built for your name. Then hear their prayers and their supplications in heaven, your dwelling place, and maintain their cause. And forgive your people that have sinned against you in all their transgressions, wherein they have transgressed against you, and give them compassion before them who carried them captive, that they may have compassion on them. For they be your people and your inheritance, which you brought forth out of Mizraim, from the midst of the furnace of iron, that your eyes may be open unto the supplication of your servants, and unto the supplication of your people, Yasharel, to hearken unto them in all that they call for unto you. For you did separate them from among the people, all the people of the earth, to be your inheritance, as you spoke by the hand of Moshe, your servant, when you brought our fathers out of Mitzrayim, O Adonai Yahuwah. And it was so that when Shalomah had made an end of praying all this prayer and supplication unto El Yahuwah, he arose from before the altar of Yahuwah, from kneeling on his knees and his hands spread up to heaven. And he stood and blessed all the assembly of Yasharel with a loud voice, saying, blessed be Yahuwah, that has given rest unto his people Yasharel, according to all that he has promised. There has not failed one word of all his good promise, which he promised by the hand of Moshe his servant. Yahuwah Eloheinu be with us, as he was with our fathers. Let him not leave us, nor forsake us, that he may incline our hearts unto him, to walk in all his ways, and to guard his commandments, and his statutes, and his judgments, which he commanded our fathers. And let these words, wherewith I have made supplications before Yahuwah, be nigh unto El Yahuwah Eloheinu day and night, that he maintains the cause of his servants, and the cause of his people Yasharel at all times, as the matter shall require, that all the people of the earth may know that Yahuwah is Elohim, and that there is no one else. Let your heart therefore be perfect with Yahuwah Eloheinu, to walk in his statutes and to guard his commandments as at this day.
Woo, that's a lot.
Maya.
But basically what Solomon just did, this temple is built. This temple is gorgeous. Basically, he took, okay, remember when Yahuwah said there's some blessings and some curses.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what Solomon said, if we act a fool,
which we will do,
and some of these curses come, where whatever's going on with the people, whether it's a war, whether they be in another land, if they face east, which is where this building is, if they face east towards this temple and call on you, like, because they can't get there to make sacrifices, let them just be able to face it.
Yes.
Call on you and please answer.
Absolutely.
Please answer their prayer. Basically, Solomon is praying for the whole line of Yisrael.
And
even us. And the stranger.
And the stranger.
If they have engrafted unto us and they say that you are Yahweh, if they face this temple, answer them too.
Answer them.
No matter what the situation. Just don't leave us.
Don't.
Whatever situation we in, if we look towards this house and we pray, honestly pray towards you, act like we're in the house giving a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. And man, just isn't that crazy that prayer was only for then? It was only for then, right?
That ain't what Solomon said.
Come on now. Come on. That's for now.
Grandpa Solomon prayed for me.
He prayed for me and you. Auntie Shani said he sounds like he prayed. Yep, there it is. Yes, ma'am.
He prayed for all of us.
Absolutely.
He
Stiff neck. Okay? Stiff neck. He knew his people. Dad says, sounds like Solomon was covering his future sins in his prayers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, that too.
And Uncle Aaron said, yes and amen. Lolo says, this is what interceding for each other looks like.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking of that. He was definitely interceding. Auntie Shani says, I promise since I was a little girl, I have always wanted my front door / front room windows to always face the rising of the sun. Is the rising of the sun on the east?
I believe so.
Oh, come on and let's learn together.
I definitely know where east is in my house, but it's been since I joined this.
I don't know.
No.
Because we're westernized mindset, so I don't know.
Yeah, no. Since I joined this assembly, when I pray in my house, I face east. I found out where east is in all the rooms upstairs. So east is.
Where's east right here?
You just go on your iPhone and do east, do the compass. You should have a compass. I don't know if I had one or I downloaded one. I'm not sure, but I did. I used a compass in my house to find out where east was, and basically east in my house is facing the the wall I put the tile on.
Yes,
that's east.
Okay.
So even when I'm in, and it's weird because I wasn't even like tripping. So I found east in my room. Then I found east in my closet because I pray in there sometime. Then I found east in that room. Then I found east in the study. And I was like, oh, this is all facing in the same direction. It was a trip. It was facing east. So as much as I can, I face toward the east.
Oh, wow. Dad says this prayer was absolutely prophetic in the spirit of Melchizedek. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Because he prays this to Yahuwah. Then he turns to the people and says, please act right.
Wow.
Please follow the statutes and commandments.
Absolutely.
Come on.
And then again, if y'all see that basically there's obedience undertone. Obedience is the undertone. Okay, so Auntie Shani says the sun rises in the east and sets on the west. Yep. I don't know how I didn't think about that saying. I face the east when I pray too, Shelly. Uncle Aaron says, Bonnie, just remember, east is always facing away from the bay. That still wouldn't help me at all. Okay,
that wouldn't help me either.
Come on, VHS, Vallejo High School education.
Facing the bay. I don't know where the bay at right now. I don't know
where that is. Yeah, that wouldn't help me or this personality. Okay,
I need a compass.
Listen, I need direction. I need to see it. Okay, if I don't see
it, I
could
be wrong the way they do stuff. At least I think I am. In my heart,
it's such like with the maps. They're all like, you know what I'm saying?
In my heart, I'm facing east.
There you go. There you go. Maybe you don't know where east is in your house, okay? But it's always leading back to your heart.
Because it's not a magic charm.
It's not. And on top of that, you got people that know where east is, but living like a hellish life, okay?
Yeah. East facing east is not a magic charm, but Solomon prayed a prayer.
That look was for you, Uncle Aaron. Listen, what part? I don't know.
Well,
he said just face towards the East Coast. You know
what?
How about if I don't know where the Bay Area is? How am I gonna face the East Coast?
It's over there. It's over there.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
That's like I hate when you somewhere and you kind of lost. And Google be like, go southwest. I said, say that one more time.
It's like, what
I will crush you on this ground. What is southwest?
Listen, just let me be slow, Uncle Aaron.
Turn on certain streets.
You know where? Get.
Bye, leave. Aaron. Get out the room.
You leave. Face east and leave. I just told you. I listen. If I can't see it, I'm not gonna get it.
Right.
I'm not gonna get it. Just. I got to see it, and I can't see nothing. I can't see directions. Okay, I can't. All right, listen. Let's get back to this lesson because Uncle Aaron, I don't know. You trying to make me see it, and I'm just not gonna be able to see it. All right,
an army man. That's why.
Background. That's right. Auntie Kim says I was watching this young man that was saying that the compass is the opposite of what they have us to believe. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, we read
and
that.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
And you taught that.
Like north and south is not this way. North and south is this way.
Absolutely.
And east and west is this way.
Yes.
Yeah, they done flipped the whole script. Yeah.
Lolo says, wow, this reminds me of a dream of mine. Everyone facing the east with their hand lifted up praying. And Yah was showing me on the map of the USA.
I remember you saying that. I remember I think you said that one time and you were saying everything is not where we think it is.
And you taught that in our discussion one time when you was teaching that. That's what I was saying, like the never eating. And I was like, no, it's a westernized mindset. So everything is backwards. We're in the land of confusion. So why would they point us anything correctly?
Yes.
Auntie Kim says, I need to do more research on that. And Lolo says, this happened when I came into truth. And Dad said many of the slaves buried their loved ones towards the east. Wow. Go ahead, Dad, baby. You gotta go to Lowe's? Okay.
But you doing this though. That means you got something.
I just returned my ladder.
Oh, okay.
You sure? It could be a good ladder. Some of the ladders be good though.
No. It could be a reach. I reach all the time. All right. Well, he got his receipt and he turned it in. All right. Let's go back to the room. Where are we at?
62.
Thank you. And the king of all Yasharel with him offered sacrifice before Yahuwah. And Shalomah offered a sacrifice of peace offerings, which he offered unto Yahuwah, 22,000 oxen, and 120,000 sheep. So the king and all the children of Yasharel dedicated the house of Yahuwah. The same day did the king hollow the middle of the court that was before the house of Yahuwah. Can anyone tell me what that means?
He made it holy, I think. I
thought you have to read it too.
I thought he was asking for it.
It's in the scripture when it says in the hollow. But you know what? That's all right. That's all right. For there he offered ascending smoke offerings and oblations and the fat of the peace offerings. because the brazen altar that was before Yahuwah was too little to receive the ascending smoke offerings and oblations and the fat of the peace offerings. And at that time, Solomon held a feast, and all Yasharel with him, a great assembly, from the entering in of Hamath unto the river of Mitzrayim, before Yahuwah Eloheinu 7 days and 7 days, even 14 days. On the 8th day, he sent the people away, and they blessed the king and went unto their tents, joyful and glad of heart for all the goodness that Yahuwah had done for David, his servant, and for Yasharel, his people.
That was a party.
That was a party.
14 days.
Party.
See, that's why y'all always want to celebrate y'all birthday a whole month. No. You still wasn't born, and it didn't take a month for you to be born.
Honestly, it's kind of a little selfish. It's a little like me.
I'm celebrating my birthday.
I'm celebrating. Listen, it's a blessing that you're here, but you need the whole month to focus on you.
Guess so.
I don't know. All right. Auntie Shani says this was the dedication of the temple and everything on the ground of the temple. That was a lot of sacrifice. Big party.
Yeah.
And Dad said he sanctified it, far as hallowed it. Because I wanted to mention that because we also read the 10 Commandments and it's talking about he hallowed it. What was it?
That's the 10 Commandments.
Yes, it is. It's in the 10 Commandments.
His name?
Yeah. Oh man, don't give me the. But when we read the 10 Commandments, we read it and it mentions and he hallowed his. What in the world?
Are you talking about the Lord? I mean, the Lord's Prayer, hallowed be thy name?
No. I'm talking about, here we go. Let me see.
It must be before it.
Yeah, and he hallowed it. And Yahuwah blessed the day of the Sabbath, and he hallowed it.
Okay. Set it apart.
Yeah.
Made holy. Okay.
Made holy. And so when I brought it out, I just wanted to see if they was going to make that connection. Could we hear it and we read it all the time? All right. Never. Okay. See, I forgot. Chapter 9. There we go.
Yes.
And it came to pass when Solomon had finished the building of the house of Yahuwah, the king's house, and all of Solomon's desire, which he was pleased to do, that Yahuwah appeared to El Solomon the second time, as he had appeared unto him at Givon, when he first had his dream. And Yahuwah said unto him, I have heard your prayer and your supplication that you have made before me. I have hallowed this house which you have built, to put my name there forever. And my eyes and my heart shall be there perpetually, aka forever.
That's what perpetually means.
And
just in case you didn't know.
Just in case. And if you will, choices, and if you will walk before me as David your father walked, in integrity, doing the right thing when ain't nobody looking, of heart, and in uprightness, to do according to all that I have commanded you, and will guard my statutes and my judgments, then I will establish the throne of your kingdom upon Yasharel forever. As I promised to David your father, saying, there shall not fail you a man upon the throne of Yasharel. But if ye shall at all turn... Thank you. Okay. But if ye shall at all turn from following me, ye or your children, who we all are, okay, just making sure we understand this together, and will not guard my commandments and my statutes, which I have set before you, but go and serve other Elohim, JC, and all the other ones.
Where's the like JC? Oh, JC. Oh, that's what
all
you
the
mean.
other,
okay.
All the other Elohims that they gave us when they put us into captivity. Okay, and worship them, which we were doing it with our whole heart. Hey, he found us through it. Okay. Then will I cut off Yasharel out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight. And Yasharel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people. Can we just name some bywords? Hello, Negroes, people of color. You know,
African American.
Mm-hmm. Black. Anybody got some bywords?
Mhm.
Nigga. Nigresses. Oh, I'm sorry. No, don't put the A. Negro. Nigga is a popular one. Negro. Nigga. Nigger. Huh. Bywords. Bywords. Come on.
What's wrong with your wife?
Colored. That's right. Mm-hmm. Come on, come
Colored
on.
people.
And do y'all not know these bywords? We are known everywhere in the earth.
Yep.
I don't care if you're a black Spaniard. You know what they're gonna call you? A nigger.
Black is a byword.
It sure is. You a dark Chinese. I actually used to work with somebody that was a dark complected Arabian. I know that's such a bad term, but listen.
Yeah.
They got called a sand nigger. I said, because I was shocked. Y'all know I'm just silly all through and through, okay? I said, and he was the manager who called him that little sand nigger. I was so shocked and amazed that they had I said, wait a minute. I said, because he didn't think I heard him, but I'm going to let you know I heard you. I said, did you just call him a sand nigger? And he said, what? B.O.B. was real white. He said, oh, Justin is, no, that's not what I said. I said, my golly, I didn't know that they get called sand niggers. I ain't never heard that. He was taken back because my mind was thinking on the fact that they called him a sand nigger.
Yeah.
Okay? I didn't even know that was a thing. But
I didn't either till you just said it.
I didn't know. And of course, nothing happened to that manager. Okay, of course. So if you ask me what happened to him, he was making his paper. Okay, but yes, a byword among all the nations. Okay, let's see. We got colored tar baby. I ain't heard that in a long time. I got called a tar baby one time. Yeah, cushy. That must be back in the day. Sambo, okay, don't know that one. Didn't know that one. Ruddy, I have not heard that. He still answers our prayers in their names. Yes, he does. Now we know the true name. Absolutely. It was always the heart posture. Absolutely. Yeah. I agree, Auntie Kim. Kaffa, short for caffeine. I ain't never heard that one at all. Yeah. Auntie Kim says, look up the name Niger. You will be surprised of the true meaning. I heard that it means powerful or what was it?
Niger? Are you spelling Niger?
Yes. Nigger. No, Nig is Niger.
I think it's Niga.
Niga? No, she has Niger. 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 Let's see. Listen, we're going to learn together, y'all. I'll help y'all out. I'll go look it up. Let's see. Meaning.
Why that country in West Africa?
Says a river of West Africa rising in the South Guinea and flowing in a great north wind curve through Mali, then southwest through Niger and Nigeria. Flowing water. Is this what you mean, Auntie? Niger, a landlocked republic.
Yeah, I see it's right next to Libya.
Country in Africa, river, and y'all know Africa is named after a white man that's named Africana. Niger. You're going to have to help me out. That means house Hottentot. Y'all throwing a whole lot of, that one sounds something out of Harry Potter, the third book. Okay?
What she say it's called?
Hottentot? That sounds real. Find me a broom, okay?
What?
And spit on the straws of it. I don't know. That's real. So y'all throwing a whole lot of bywords that I didn't even know in my 36 years. Okay, I ain't heard that one. Niger.
Oh, that's French. That's why you know what.
Caffeine means house nigga.
Oh,
really? Oh, well, listen. Just educate. Continue. Y'all continue as I continue to read what he said. Okay. So Yasharel be a proverb and a byword among all the people. What does that mean that we will be a proverb? I'm seriously asking. A wonder?
Proverb means they don't make. It's almost like what we're doing. They made up stuff about us.
Like our history and stuff like that?
Yeah, like stuff like we always late.
Oh,
Stereotypes. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow. Didn't know that. Okay. Among all people, not some, but all. Dang, that is so true.
It's like some of that stuff you guys are reading today.
How
they were saying we're idiots, and
we don't deserve, don't know what to do with our freedom.
We need to be in slavery, and
we talk about this book because we read this on Instagram Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 p.m. Anywho, and this house, wow, shameless plug, yes it was, I own it, which is high. Everyone that passes by it shall be astonished and shall hiss, and they shall say, why has Yahuwah done thus unto this land and to this house? And they shall answer, because they forsook Yahuwah Elohim, who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Mitzrayim, and have taken hold upon other Elohims, and have worshipped them and served them. Therefore has Yahuwah brought upon them all this evil. And when he's talking about into this house, he's meaning house of Yasharel, house of Israel. She says Niger means king. Thank you for that.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Now that makes sense.
I don't have my book near me to give the true meaning. I got you.
Now I get why it was giving me the kingdoms, like where it was.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me see. And it came to pass at the end of 20 years, when Shalomah had built the two houses, the house of Yahuwah and the king house. Now, this is in parentheses, now Hiram, the king of Sor, had furnished Shalomah's with cedar trees and fir trees, and with gold, according to all his desires. In parentheses, that the king Shalomah gave Hiram 20 cities in the land of Galilee. And Hiram came out from Sor to see the cities which Shalomah had given him, and they pleased him not. Oh. And he said, what cities are these which you have given me, my brother? And he called them the land of Cabal unto this day. And Hiram sent to the king 60 talents of gold.
Okay, wait. Let's do a little rewind before I get to him. I want y'all to catch something. So Solomon builds this beautiful temple.
Oh, okay.
Just remember what this temple looks like.
Mm-hmm.
This temple is gorgeous. This temple is priceless. Yahuwah goes, okay, long as y'all, and I'm paraphrasing, long as y'all rocking with me, keeping my commandments, my statutes, I'll meet you there.
Yes.
But act a fool.
Right.
I'll tear this sucker up.
You said nobody can destroy it but Yahuwah.
But Yahuwah, he was like, I don't care how much this thing costs. I don't care what it's worth. I don't care all the money you put into it.
Absolutely.
I will have people walk by looking at that thing like, whoa. And he said, and they gonna know it was me who did it. He said, y'all not gonna give me the glory. Y'all gonna go serve all these other guys. But the people walking by like, whoa, what happened to this place?
Yeah. They
gonna know it was me that did it. Because you acted up. He don't care about how much money you spent on something.
He owns it all.
He like, you ain't seen heaven. Yeah, I think this is beautiful. I'll be here. We cool. Act a fool and see what happened. Just see what happened. And for some of you that haven't like read the Old Testament, I won't get into it. Or the Old Testament, I won't get into because I'm sure we'll get to it. But he's telling them point blank. And this place is priceless. That's what I'm saying. Silver and gold. This place is literally made out of money. This is real money.
Yes.
Gold, silver, emeralds, brass, silver. That's money. That's currency. This place is actually made out of money. Billions of dollars it would be today. He said, I don't care.
I would tear it up.
I'll tear it up. People walk by. What happened to this place? Yahuwah knocked it down because they acted a fool, basically. Them niggas acted a fool. So
there you go. And now here we are.
And that's exactly what's going on.
And here we are. We ratchet, we loud, we're proverb. Okay. Wow, I didn't know that that's what that meant in that context. All right. So he gave him cities, and he was like, I don't know what this is,
Yeah.
but
I think he's looking at what Solomon built.
Versus what he got.
What you not gonna get the same as
And
Yahweh.
but keep in mind though, he was giving him that stuff too.
Yeah.
So he like, I'm giving
Some
you
of
the
the stuff,
best,
yeah.
all your cedar
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and this is what you give me.
Yeah.
It probably looked like.
That's because he's making a comparison.
Yeah.
You ain't getting what Yahweh got, so forget about it.
Very true. All right, so let's see if it's gonna be a whole fight over the cities. I don't know. I'm feeling like somebody want to buck up. All right, verse 15. And this is the reason of the levy which King Solomon raised, for to build the house of Yahuwah and his own house, and Millo and the well of Yerushalayim, and Hatzor, and Megiddo, and Gezer. For Pharaoh, king of Mizraim, had gone up and taken Gezer, and burnt it with fire. There we go with this fire. And slain the Canaanites that dwelt in the city, and given it for a present unto his daughter Shaloma's woman. And Shalomah built Gezer and Bet Haran the nether, and Baalath and Tadmor in the wilderness in the land.
Oh, I see. Pharaoh burnt it, Gezer, and Solomon when he married his daughter. What was his daughter, right? He built it back up.
Oh, okay.
He built the city back up. Okay.
And all the cities of the store that Solomon had, and the cities for his chariots, and the cities for his horsemen, and that which Solomon desired to build in Yerushalayim, and in Lebanon, and in all the land of his dominion. And all the people that were left of the Amorites, or Hittims, and Perizzians, and Hiviums, and Jebusians, which were not of the children of Yasharel, their children that were left after them in the land, whom the children of Yasharel also were not able utterly to destroy. Upon those did Solomon levy a tribute of bond service unto this day.
But remember, they were supposed to get rid of them.
They were.
There's still some left. Did. So he said they got to pay taxes.
Yeah.
They got to pay a tribute, but they're really not supposed to be there.
And it's still going on today, Uncle Aaron says. And Uncle Aaron said, what cities? Richmond, Oakland, Vallejo, San Francisco, Pittsburgh. That's what he said it's probably look like. That's why some of these churches try and build a palace, not a church. Oh, good point.
Yes.
Yeah, but like the joke I said, he ain't never been to half of them, right?
Right.
I would have asked, but I ain't never been there. All right. 22. But the children of Yasharel did Solomon make no bondmen, but they were men of war, and his servants, and his princes, and his captains, and rulers of his chariots, and his horsemen. These were the chief of the officers that were over Solomon's work, 550, okay, which bore rule over the people that wrought in the work. Auntie says, I really feel like fire is taking the place of the flood, because Yah said he will not destroy the world again by water.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, there's definitely going to be fires. Yeah, to cleanse it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes even more. The more you learn the backstory, the importance you connect it, like you just did. Boy,
Yeah, but we also see some, and I just realized that some of that prophecy, because Ham's children, those were the Kiddites and the Hittites and all them ites that's still there that are bondmen. That's what you're supposed to be if you're with them. I mean, and you know what I mean, like supposed to be. They're not slaves.
Yes.
Because we ain't like, they're getting paid, but they're servants.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? We ain't mistreating them, but they're servants.
Boy, oh boy. And King Solomon made a navy of ships in Etzon Giver, which is beside Elath, on the shore of the Red Sea, in the land of Edom. Wow. A navy of ships, okay? And Hiram sent in the navy his servants, shipmen, that had knowledge of the sea, with the servants of Solomon. And they came to Ophir, and fetched from there gold 420 talents, and brought it to King Shalom. Whoa. Auntie Linda says fire burning all over the place. And then on the other side of the town, they flooding. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But they ain't gonna put that on me.
Mm-mm.
They don't want you to connect it to prophecy.
Mm-mm.
Chapter 10. And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Shalom concerning the name of Yahuwah, she came to prove him with hard questions. And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bore spices, and very much gold, and precious stones. And when she was come to El Shalom, she communed with him all that was in her heart. And Shalom told her all her questions. There was not anything hid from the king, which he told her not. And when the queen of Sheba had seen all Shalomon's wisdom, and the house that he built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and his ascents by which he went up unto the house of Yahuwah, there was no more ruach in her. And she said to the king, it was a true report that I heard in my own land of your acts and of your wisdom. Howbeit I believed not the words until I came, and my eyes had seen it. And behold, half of it was not told to me. Your wisdom and prosperity exceeds the fame which I heard. Happy are your men, and happy are these your servants who stand continually before you, and that hear your wisdom. Blessed be Yahuwah Eloheka, which delighted in you, to set you on the throne of Yasharel, because Yahuwah loved Yasharel forever. Therefore made he you king to do judgment and justice. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, and of spices very great store, and precious stones. There came no more such abundance of spices as these, which the queen of Sheba gave to King Shalom. And the navy also of Hiram, that brought gold from Ophir, brought in from Ophir great plenty of almond trees and precious stones. And the king made of the almug trees pillars for the house of Yahuwah, and for the king's house, harps also, and salt trees for singers. There came no such almug trees, nor were seen unto this day. And the king Shalom gave unto the queen of Sheba all her desire, whatsoever she asked, beside that which Shalom gave her of his royal bounty. So she turned and went to her own country, she and her servants. Now the weight of the gold that came to Shalom in 1 year was 600,000 score, and 6 talents of gold. Beside that, he had of the merchantmen, and of the traffic of the spice merchant, and of all the kings of Arab, and of the governors of the country. The king Shalom made 200 targets of beaten gold, 600 shekels of gold went to one target, and he made 300 shields of beaten gold, 3 pounds of gold went to one shield. And the king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with the best gold. The throne had 6 steps, and the top of the throne was round behind it. And there were stays on either side on the place of the seat. And 2 lions stood beside the stays. And 12 lions stood there on one side and on the other upon the 6 steps. There was not the like made in any kingdom. And all of King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and all of the vessels of house of the forest of Lebanon were pure gold. None were of silver. It was nothing accounted of in the days of Shalom. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with the navy of Hiram. 1 in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks. So the king Shalom exceeded all the kings of the world of the earth for riches and for his wisdom. And all the earth sought Shalom to hear his wisdom. And all the earth, I want y'all to catch that.
Yeah, I want them to catch that too.
Because they got us thinking of round earth. Mm-hmm. You can't be too, you got to be close.
Everybody heard of Solomon.
Everybody heard of Solomon, and everybody came to hear. So that means we are not as far as we think we are, scattered. We're not as far as we think we are.
You can get to any place on this earth by land if you know how to go.
Absolutely.
Or if you have to cross the ocean or something, it's not that far.
It's not that
not that far. There's some kind of connection somewhere.
Absolutely.
And if you're going by the seas, because you're taking a shortcut.
Absolutely. Boy, I tell you, but you catch that by and all the earth sought to Shalom to hear his wisdom, which Elohim had put in his heart. And they brought every man his present, vessel of silver, and vessels of gold, and garments, and armor, and spices, horses, and mules, a rate year by year. And Shalom gathered together chariots and horsemen, and he had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horsemen, whom he bestowed in the cities for chariots, and with the king of Jerusalem, and with the king at Jerusalem. And the king made silver to be in Jerusalem as stones, and cedars he made to be as the sycamore trees that are in the valley for abundance. And Shalom had horses brought out of Mitzrayim and linen yard. The king merchants received the linen yard at a price. And a chariot came up and went out of Mitzrayim for 600 shekels of silver, and a horse for 150. And so for all the kings of the Hittim, and for the kings of Aram, did they bring them out by their means.
Okay, before we get to them.
Got some comments here.
Oh, so first, let's start with the king, queen.
Sheba.
Or Sheba. It's Queen Sheba. She hears about Solomon. She go, y'all tripping. Mm-hmm. She go there and go, whoa.
She had her
spirit. She was like, yeah, she was like, they didn't even tell me it was like this.
Yeah. She said they
couldn't even describe this. Mm-mm. So Queen Sheba's bloodline is still on the throne. Today. And do you know who they say they are?
Who they say?
They say we are the descendants of Queen Sheba and Solomon, king of Yisrael. I kid you not. That's who they say they are. They sure do.
I ain't never heard that.
They sure do. Some of y'all probably heard it. They sometimes they'll even put their wedding. Well, no, they don't be on TV.
I ain't never seen this. Let me get into this comment while you find it. Mm-hmm. Hey, Riri, Auntie Riri, she says, Selah. Yes, indeed, it will be fire. And we see it happening through this so-called technology-based lifestyle coming. It will flood them out. Yah never slacks on his word, nor his promise. Absolutely. Auntie Linda is like, come on, Nashawn. Auntie Risha says, 5G is a high dose of their wickedness wrapped in convenience and luxury. Absolutely. Auntie Lolo says, right. Auntie Kim says, yes, it is. Risha, yeah, yes, it is. And then Auntie Riri, she says, wow, the whole earth with no internet. Facts. Okay. They all coming. Okay. Dad says, a foreshadow of the millennial kingdom. Auntie Linda says, yes, my brother Eric. Auntie Riri says, correct. Remember, we were all able to walk for long journeys to places across the earth. Over time, the earthquakes of Yahuwah started dividing the land more and more. Absolutely. Yes, you're right. The kings of the earth shall bring their gifts. Ooh, come on. Dad says the Ethiopians. Hector says King Solomon was a busy man. Yeah. Auntie Kim says, this is also how our money stays in our community, wealth in our nation. Absolutely. Auntie Linda says, that's why they got big mad that Jada Pickett for playing the queen. Oh, big mad when she played the queen. Who she played? I heard that.
I think when she did
the documentary. Yeah, the documentary.
So she was Ethiopia.
Yeah, that's what that
Ethiopia
said.
back. Oh, okay.
He said Ethiopians.
Yeah, but now they call themselves they're in
wow.
Yemen and Saudi Arabia. So that's where they are right now. They still reign there.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
They gorgeous too. They're some gorgeous people.
I mean, we gorgeous too.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, let it be known.
I'm just saying Solomon has some bibs.
No, yeah, but they absolutely are beautiful people. The Ethiopians are beautiful.
I meant to say that because Solomon must have been beautiful. Like, that's where I was.
Wait, are you telling me that him
and the Queen of Sheba had kids? Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. They still rule to this day, so they had to have some
What did that happen?
It don't say they rule to it don't say it in this book. I believe it's somewhere. It probably is somewhere else though, in the book we ain't read or something. But
okay,
yeah.
Oh no, I didn't watch that. The documentary that Jada.
I didn't see the documentary either.
I didn't watch that. She said it was actually good. Okay.
See, it even tells the Emperor Selassie of Ethiopia is a descendant of Queen of Sheba.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, listen. So if you can tell me that, then you giving previews and stuff. You could have told me. Okay.
Don't try.
Never mind. And the Ethiopian a part of is Ethiopian a part of Israelites or the Egyptians?
I've been trying to answer that question myself. I think Ethiopia is I want to say it's Ham's children, but then I don't want to say it. I think they're Shem, but I don't think they're Israel. Because Shem had a bunch of kids. Like everybody from Shem is not Yashrael.
Yeah.
Abraham, right?
Yes, that started with Abraham. So, but Shem had a whole bunch of kids and this a whole bunch of lineage. We got the most land. Shem has the most land because we have the most people. Shem has the most people, but they're not all Yashrael. You know what I mean?
You know what, Auntie Linda? Don't you get this man started? You understand?
What did she do?
I'm gonna put you on time late. Okay, listen, don't spit out that food just yet.
What'd she say?
Cousin Jane said Queen Sheba came bearing gifts. And then here she goes.
Oh, here we go.
Did she bring a pound cake, King James?
Yeah. No, don't start him, please.
No, he's been good for the last week. Don't you get him started.
But it sounded like they was giving each other some gifts.
Yeah, there was definitely exchange.
Yeah.
There was definitely an exchange going on. All right, last sentence. But King Solomon loved story time enough to, finish tomorrow.
Oh. I was going to say, when we read chapter 11, we'll see if that is possible.
I mean, listen, you giving stories away. I mean.
No, that's just like right today. They're saying that. Like I was looking at something. I'd happened to see one of the kings. They were saying he was marrying somebody. It was something I was doing a study on. This was years ago. And he was saying like, I'm from the line of Queen of Sheba and King Solomon.
Oh wow!
I was like, huh? And then I was like, okay. I mean,
Auntie Kim says I think they are him.
You think Ethiopia is him?
I promise you.
They might be.
Because they always say why because okay, Ethiopian.
Because when
I know
that's why
Pastor
I've been
Keith
trying
did
to
a
like
study
look
because he was
at
talking about like
maps.
Ethiopia was the land. It was called blackface, and
Mhm.
they were that's what Ethiopia meant. Ethiopia meant black or something. I don't know, but he did a whole study on it. He definitely did.
I know Libya is definitely
If I had it, if I had his number, I'd call him right now so
Libya,
we can all know.
Egypt, yeah. It's definitely Ham, but it's something else. I'm trying to remember where Ethiopia. Oh, let me just look on the map. But you
Because
might
he
be
would
right.
know that. Uncle Keith, listen, let me try to get Uncle Keith on the line, y'all. If y'all rock with us, we ain't got no men's meeting. But let me see if I can get Uncle Keith on the line because he is a historical, like he knows his history.
The time is late.
Oh man.
7:23, so it's probably like 3 hours, 4 hours probably.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I can get him to.
Let me just
do
look
it
up
early.
map. Let me look at the map of Africa.
But remember, the whole land was called Ethiopia. Yes. Let me see. Ethiopia is Ham and Cush. Auntie Shani says Moshe had an Ethiopian wife. He never touched. Remember?
But then that's the Hamite. Was that Ethiopia? Because it was the Hamite one he never touched.
That was she was from.
That's the one he never touched because he was like, "Nah, y'all give it to me. I ain't touching
I thought she was a Canaanite.
That's Ham. That's a Hamite.
Yes, but she was a Canaanite. Was she Ethiopian? I don't know. Now y'all, come on. Let me not enter into the mind of confusion.
Okay, here we go.
Right. But remember that the whole land was called Ethiopia. Mama Linda candied yams. What in the world are you talking about?
So see, Ethiopia is right here. Egypt is this is definitely Ham.
She's saying Libya is Ham.
Morocco is definitely Ham. All this up here. Ooh,
I wish y'all could see her phone. Let me see. The maps they changed has confused us absolutely.
Because the names have changed, all that.
Which keeps us from knowing the truth.
Like Ghana, Nigeria, that's not their official name.
Mm-mm. And like you did a study on it, on how the maps and really like are backwards.
That's why it's hard to tell which, because if it's right, you can do the division.
Yeah.
From what's the guy on the ark? What's grandpa name? Noah. Which grandpa Noah did, you could do it right. But I know most of this South Africa. I think most of South Africa is Yisrael.
I don't even know, y'all. We trying to work together and figure it out, but I really don't have no clue. I
might be right though. Yeah.
I don't know. I wish I would have. I would definitely
Somalia
see.
is there. Where is? Oh, here's a tree. Y'all know the Eritreans. Eritreans. Yeah, see, they right here.
But I don't even know what I'm looking
at. I think they Hamites. They're either Hamites or they're Shemites that know who we are, because they're the ones always like, y'all stupid. Y'all don't even know who y'all are. Y'all. And those are the ones they said that Eritreans that we are going to be selling people to. Like when it's over, we're going to be say, go work for the Eritreans or something. And they know who they are. They was like, y'all, how y'all just not know who y'all are?
Is Ethiopian a part of Israelites or Ethiopia? Look, I guess, listen, well, you know what?
Or they Shem or Ham?
I think it's safe to say that we all got some homework tonight. That's due on, let's make it due on Friday. I don't know.
Anybody know anybody from Ethiopia? Oh, wait, here's Red Sea. Here's Egypt, upper, lower.
But they wouldn't even want to consider themselves as Hamites, would they? I've never.
They might be Shem. That's what I'm saying. They might be Shem. Because remember, Shem has this big old piece of land.
Yes.
And inside of Shem's land, Israel somewhere. Because it's all that land belongs to Shem. So Israel has a big piece of that chunk of that land because they're Shem.
Ooh,
as well as all the other Shemites.
Eritrea is Ham. Yes, Moray.
Oh, okay.
Right. She was of Cush.
Oh,
Who?
oh, the Queen of Sheba?
Listen, for the 16 that's hanging on, thank y'all, because we trying to figure this out. Normally we off at 7:05 or maybe 7:15. But wow, I don't.
So Ethiopia's Cush.
I'm still tripping on candy yams.
Yeah.
And how that fits.
Child, that was,
listen, call him Pastor Keith. I was gonna call him, but he was late. It's late for him. Because he would have said in 1956, okay?
When they changed that
or 1901, 1733, when they changed the name.
Yeah, because even here where they have Sudan, South Sudan, is a reason why they're saying Sudan, South Sudan. Because that's not.
But the Hamites were occupying in Shem's land.
Exactly. So that's why it's hard to, because they remember, and he was that, and even Ham was like, dude, you better get up out of here.
Dad says the Atlantic Ocean was called the Ethiopian Ocean because they were called, the whole continent was called Ethiopia.
Because they were living in our land and we had to cleanse it.
And Queen Sheba was a Hamite. All right. Well, listen, thank you. 38 minutes later. We got it, though. We got it. She's a Hamite. Okay. Well, let's get it, y'all. Homework for the family. Come on, T. You throwing out words, okay? You throwing out assignments. I'm trying to understand it. See that? See what I did?
Oh, and here's Niger.
Yep, Niger, which means.
And here's Nigeria, because they put a line in, but they did that because Nigeria. I think all this used to be called Niger, or Nigeria was something else. Nigeria is new.
I thought it was called Negro land. No. Listen.
Yes.
Y'all get
that might be, but whatever they called it, Negro land.
The Spaniards.
But remember, we lived there because we had to flee. It's complicated. It's not that complicated. We had to flee Jerusalem. We had to flee Judah or Yehuda, or I think it's called that. And we ended up somewhere else because this is where they got the slave. This is the Gold Coast, right along here, see, that's the Ivory Coast. That's where they got the ivory. And notice, then they had the Slave Coast, and they had the Gold Coast. And notice they didn't.
I think
they took that out.
We got to bring the Negro question back. Listen, we got to bring the Negro question back because we need some connections, and that book right there will bring you some connections. I got to get that series back. Okay, y'all, listen, we got a lot of homework to do. These were the colonizer names for the land.
Yes.
Like Africa is a colonizer name.
Because Africa usually was just this little piece over here.
Because Africa was Ethiopia. Are you saying Africa was named at one point Ethiopia? Because the whole
continent did not.
Oh, it was Eden.
Yes. It was Eden. Yes, it was not called Africa. And then when Africa was first here, it was only this little piece over here. It wasn't all this.
Yeah, because that was named after.
And then they named it after
Africanus.
Then they came in, and even he
wow. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, listen.
And Morocco is where the Moors are. And look how little Morocco is. That's what I'm saying. This is something.
But they connected, the Moors is connected.
Yeah, but it's some kind of power in Morocco that we don't know about. It's something there. It's somebody there, maybe I should say. Because ain't nobody messing with no Moors. Look how little that little place is.
And it's small.
It's small. Even though it's bigger than what we think it is, it ain't bigger than all the United States and all these other countries that ain't touching no Moors.
Right.
Somebody live there. somebody, whoever in control of Morocco. I don't know.
I don't know.
Be where the black pope sit.
Maybe. You never know. You never know. Yes, they divided it to hide things to fit their narratives. Absolutely. But we wake it up. We got the book now. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tonight because I don't know if y'all I'm long-winded. I'm out-winded. I don't have no wind. And
we went to a whole educational right. Already.
Well, Auntie Riri started it.
We went to a whole history lesson.
And my brain
or geography, whatever you want to call it. That's all right.
My brain wires is like pew, pew. They didn't win it out.
Yeah, mine be getting tired looking at maps.
I have no more thoughts. All right, I love y'all so much. We love y'all so much. We'll see you again tomorrow, same time, y'all. Dad says there may be a connection between the Moors and the Shriners. Y'all know what? Speaking of the Shriners, we're gonna tell you the story since y'all already here. We went to Panda Express yesterday around 3 or 4 o'clock, right? And so this lady got me real good. But first off, I'll tell you, because my friend had came unannounced, so my stomach was hurting. So I wasn't really paying attention to this woman. Okay, we wasn't paying attention. She was putting the food together and all this kind of stuff. And so the lady had said, I found out this is what she said. After. Y'all know it's a Shriners Hospital out here in Oakland. She said, do you want to donate 66 cents to the Shriners?
That's right, whatever she said.
Hospital. And I thought she said, because again,
we was asking for sauce.
So I was like, yeah, go ahead and like put it in there. But then she said, oh, well, thank you very much. And I said, hold up, people don't say thank you very much when they giving you the sauce. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we both said, wait a minute, what? And she said, oh, did you want to donate 66 cents? And she was mentioning to the hospital, but the children's hospital, which is like Shriners, right? And we both looked at 66.
And we was like,
nah.
But she said, well, I'll have to do the whole thing all over.
We was like, nah. That's all right, I was like, we came out of agreement. I was like, Father, we come out of agreement. Why are you asking 66 cents?
Who asked for 66 cents? Come on, $1.
You give him 66 cents. Then the next person gives 66. What?
It's a whole bunch of 60.
You didn't want to do 33. You didn't want to do 50 cents, 49
cents.
$1.
Who does 66 cents?
Who does that? But when you mess with numbers, who y'all know who do?
When you know truth.
We was like, nah,
you get
Father.
To be like 66.
66.
Why 66 cents?
And each person. Six. I said, no, Father.
Not
whatever
again.
Agreement they try to establish. We cut
that off. So before we even left the cash register.
It was like, no. We come out of agreement with that.
That was an accident. We
wasn't paying no attention. But yeah, speaking of Shriners, so that came to my mind. They're the top of the Masonic food chain. Well, listen, they in the food chain, okay? Panda Express was trying to get their money for them.
Right? Why do they even need, you already got money.
Y'all want us to think you broke? You not.
I ain't broke. That's called a ripoff. And they probably just let Panda say that to make an extra 66 cents. Like they did with them darn bags in the grocery store charges.
10 cents. Yeah.
The grocery store got to keep that 10 cents and y'all do whatever y'all want with it. What was it for then?
Let me see. ACLU asked for 63 a day. Listen, anything with a 6 got me. Listen.
Yeah.
Pause, okay? Pause. It was a whole pause in my spirit when we was like, wait a minute, what?
But 66 cents.
Why are you thanking me for sauce?
Yeah. Like what
you say? And normally I don't ask questions. We're starting off with what, because I naturally think it's rude. But I was like, what you say?
Yeah, we was both like, huh?
She was even taken back. I'm sorry. Girl, no, because we understand a thing, okay? We understand a thing. But yeah, we hope y'all have a good night. Be careful out here making these donations.
Right. Agreeing to stuff.
We love y'all again, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for allowing us to still borrow, 28 minutes extra of your time. See you tomorrow. My husband is telling me to say shalom.
Shalom.
You want to say it louder?
Shalom.
There you go. I had to turn him up.
You like y'all.
That's my boo thing. I know. At this point, we might as well spend a night.
It's 7:30. It's after